Alright, what's up everybody? Once again, I'm gonna try this one a second time around. So, the first time I forgot I was downloading stuff to our TeamSpeak file browser, so it was extremely choppy and horrible, and so I had to ditch that one, and we're re-recording it now live. So you can see we're loading into free farming here. It's basically open sandbox. We started with $200,000. I took out an additional $100,000 loan on top of that. And we stayed in Montana because that's the area that we have been doing all of our efforts in learning how to do everything. We've gotten to the point where we traveled to Italy and all that. As you can see, I'm in a speed rower here. We don't own this field, but we do own some other fields. And what I'm thinking is, while we've got these tractors around here going, we've already fertilized, seeded, irrigated a few of these fields. That's the header for that thing. Thinking we need to go and purchase some other fields with this remaining $69,000 here so we can rake in the harvest here. You can see this field to our left, that's done already. This is a fairly small field here, so we should be able to buy some fairly cheap. This is a $7,500 field. It's meant for grain, optimal income per acre. It's gonna be 4,000. Yeah, we're gonna buy that. That's our field now. This field over here looks like it's kind of really small. They want the same amount for that. I don't think so. This field over here, they want $20,000 for this little field. That's a big no. This field here would be like 2 passes and done. Now it is gonna bring in, this is a 3-acre field. Oh, screw it, we own this one too. Okay, so we own that one. Oh, this is the field that before that we did in the tutorial missions on learning how to use this plow here. Well, this is the larger version. We were in the smaller one, but now we're actually gonna end up tearing it up and we're gonna do this field here and the other one. Alright, so we got it unfolded. We got our plowed down, and now we gotta just drive around here, get this all plowed up, then we'll follow it up with the cultivator. This work is best done without using speed control. Drop the plow again here and go again. And I think what I'm gonna try and line up with that field across the way. Seeing how we're kind of just a little bit off. It'll let us keep going straight. And luckily we don't have field creation like Farming Sim did, so we can just leave the plow dragging along the ground and continue to keep going as we go back and forth between the 2 fields that we now own. So now all I have to do is just reset every time after going through both of these fields here. But we can effectively do double the work at the same pace. Alright, so we're gonna get this going again, and then we'll be able to jump later into the larger tractor, the JCB. This one being the Lindner. This is ironically the same tractor from Farmer's Dynasty. This is the Lindner GeoTrack 130 EP. The tractor that we loved using, but it was just not balanced for a 4-bottom plow, and we're actually able to use a 6-bottom on this one, and it works just fine. I'll raise up that implement again. So this is actually going to work better because it's going to do multiple things. Lower the blade down again, and set the cruise. The only downfall I've seen so far is you cannot buy a like mobile fuel tank from what I saw. There's just manure and water. A mobile fuel tank would be very, very handy, seeing how our only other option is just drive over to the gas station or pay excessively for fuel through the tablet. And these tractors are not very fuel efficient. I don't know if there's an option to where you can, let's see if there's an option for it. If we can turn down the, I don't think there's anything for turning down. I'll turn off that. But there is no option for what we were looking for. No biggie. Have to look and see if we can buy later on it. Maybe the water tank can hold fuel, because I know in Farming Sim you could use a water tank that would hold any liquid. I don't know if this game has specific trailers for different types of liquids, but we can find out. This thing only has a 34-gallon fuel tank, and it really goes through that gas quick. The JCB, on the other hand, has a gigantic, I think it's a 100 plus tank. I know it's 100 plus, but it's a beast. Now I did have the giant 12 bottom plow, but I couldn't see half of it, and you can't zoom back like you can with Farming Sim, so I had to downsize one of our implements, that being the plow. You can barely see the edge of the cultivator. It's a X-disc style cultivator. It does a wonderful job. It's just if we could get a little bit more scaling back on the view, that'd be awesome. But we are busting our ass to get this done before it gets too dark. So otherwise we'll just head back to the farmhouse and sleep. Now, I've been trying to figure out if setting the cruise control is more fuel efficient. To me, I would think it would have to be, seeing how with the cruise on, you're running lower RPM versus me holding it wide open, where you're getting full, should be around 2,600 RPMs. I almost thought about buying a potato planter, but we have to try and earn back as much money as we can to buy other things. Trying to get as much equipment as we can to try and go as big scale as we dare go right now. We do have a loan payment that comes out every day, but we're also making green energy as well. Part of the money that I had borrowed at 100,000, I bought or constructed 3 windmills and then 1 solar array. And you can always upgrade those to bring in more money. So if I can make the initial spend on green energy, you can offset the amount of money that you're going to pay for the interest in the loan. Now I spread it out over 30 payments, so that'd be 30 days. That's 3,000 some odd dollars per day, and I'm bringing in 2,000 some odd dollars per day in green energy. So we're not quite even Steven with having the loan self-pay itself off, so we gotta either A, get a lot of crop in the ground, sell it, pay back that one loan, and then start working our way up, or B, invest in enough green energy that we don't have to pay don't have to worry about paying the bank loan, because our green energy is going to take care of all that. Now if we got into the whole chicken, rabbit, and cow breeding, we could also accomplish the same thing, but you have to spend a lot more money to do that. So, you have to build the coops, you have to buy fodder, you have to buy chickens, you have to buy rabbits. They all have expiration dates on them. If you don't collect things within a certain amount of time, the animals die. You have to buy a specialty trailer to send the cows to auction. The rabbits you have to sell through the tablet. Same thing I think with the chickens. The chickens only last 3 days. It's weird the way they got it set up, but I've never known an animal that if it's grown into life that it's only going to last a few days and then it dies. But it's the way they programmed the game so far, and honestly with this only being like what was it, day 2 or 3? No, well, today's the 14th. It released yesterday, so they might throw some patches out later on down the week, but right now I wouldn't be expecting anything anytime soon. This is working out nicely though, being able to do both the fields instead of just one. So we'll be done with this second one over here and still finishing this one off, then we'll go get the big boy tractor and take care of the rest of it. So I want to at least try and get it plowed, cultivated, irrigated, and fertilized before morning. Well, actually, before I advance it to morning, because then that'll put all our fields in different stages of growth, which I really don't want to do, but we already kind of are. Seeing how I planted the other 2 fields yesterday in game, and now this being another day. Actually, no, I think we're all on the same day. So if I can get all 3 or all 4 of these fields done, that'll be 4 fields to harvest. We should be able to bring in some decent money off of those fields. Now I've got rye planted in 2 fields already. I don't know if I want to just keep planting on rye or if I want to switch it up. I know if you don't empty out or run the seeder empty, it will, you can't just change seed like you could in Farming Simulator. You will empty out the rye and it'll change out to either wheat or barley. Now the other interesting thing that I noted about these fields here is it said suitable for grains. Well, grain is going to limit you to things that you can thrash. Technicality-wise, I would have to say that this definitely beats Farming Simulator because there's a lot more steps that you have to do if you want to get a yield that's absolutely amazing versus Farming Sim where it's just the same 3 steps over. Cultivate, seed, fertilize, harvest. This one you have to plow, then cultivate, then irrigate, then sow, then fertilize, and then you have to even spray with pesticides. So as far as technical goes, this game beats it. The graphics, I've heard people bitching about the graphics and it's kind of cartoony. I mean, I don't find it too bad. The Italy map that I looked at and did a little bit training on in the other videos, it was a little odd, but then again, the only thing you're growing over there is grapes and olives, but we didn't even get into the part of being able to plant a lot of stuff. We just went over there with the machine, learned how to harvest it, and we still have to go to Japan to figure out how to do the cherries and the rice and all that. But as far as the array of vehicles, Farming Sim definitely has that one only because Giants has a lot more money to throw at licensing for all the different things now. Farming Sim having what not counting the expansion map, expansion DLC, it had 2 maps, Gold Crest and Sosnovka, I believe. And then you have the Colombian expansion. This one has several, and you can choose from them. It's hit or miss. If you really want to do a more in-depth farming adventure, then I would say that this game definitely is on top of Farming Sim in that department. But obviously it doesn't have all the bells and the whistles that Farming Sim has due to the fact that it doesn't have the same budget that Giants has. But from what I've played so far, I absolutely love it. It's a nice refreshing change from the same rinse and repeat thing with Farming Sim. Now, I expect probably in the first week maybe we'll see some mods roll out, since this was mod capable from day one. I imagine it's just going to take a little time to get some of the mods done and have them put in. Now right there, our loan payment was $3,666. We're making $2,840 in green energy, so we're not quite making back what we're having to pay out, but we're minimizing the damage on what the bank is taking from us. So we're slowly going to bleed a little bit of money away until we can pay that $100,000 back. But we did kind of give ourselves the upper hand by starting with $200,000 on the free farming, which we kind of needed to, because before we were running with all very, very small equipment that was very tedious, and it made everything seemed to take a lot longer to do, which honestly, if you're in for the immersion, it's not a bad thing. I kind of like being in the mid-range size tractors. I don't like being like gigantic scale unless we're on a huge map. So we're going to leave the cruise control on this time. That way I don't have to play around with it anymore, and we're just going to make looping passes as I work the plow up and down. It'll be interesting to see if we can do this with the JCB though, with that big cultivator that's on it. I can see we're running out of fuel again, so we'll have to order some more fuel. It's going to cost us 20% more to buy it through the tablet, but we're nowhere near a gas station right now, so we're going to have to do it the old school, or the modern way, by using the tablet. Hopefully we can get through all the plowing though before we have to refuel this thing. We got a few more passes. We've got 8 gallons, 7 gallons now. I don't see any reason why we shouldn't be able to finish it. Drop the plow back down again. Get in line. We should have maybe, what, 4 or 5 more passes to go here, and we'll finish this field up. Refuel it. And then we'll jump in the big JCB, get it cultivated. And then after cultivation, we'll probably jump back in this one, hook up to the water trailer, drive around and irrigate it. So I don't see rain in the forecast. The one thing I really like, and I know it's a very small thing, but whenever you raise the hydraulics all the way up, you can hear it thud when it reaches the bottoming out of the pistons. That's a cool sound. And it's something you actually hear a lot. The draft control being lifted up too. Right here. Boom. We're gonna try and go for a 2-pass here. And I'll probably have to change the seed because I know we don't want to have 4 fields planted in the same crop. To make the lazy turn. Drop our blade for the last time. See if we can hit 100 on this field, but every other one seems to be like 99. We might get 100 on this one. Yep, 100% plowed. Alright, so what we're going to do is get back to the farm, which is down this way. We can see, I think, yep, already we're starting to grow here. Our fields are already starting to grow, so we're going to be off sequence with the other ones. Which I didn't really want to see. Fold our plow. Come down here to the main equipment shed. Lower our plow down, detach it. And we're gonna go ahead and buy some fuel. Now see it for 35 gallons. That's 50% higher when you buy the tablet instead of the gas station, but that 50% that you pay sometimes more than not makes up for it. So we're gonna get out of this tractor for now. I'm gonna jump in the JCB here. We'll lower our sewing machine, and somewhere around here I parked there it is right there. This is our X-Disc cultivator. I'm gonna hook up to that. And we're gonna head down to the 2 fields that we just purchased. I'm gonna unfold it. See it comes out into an X, staggered X. We're actually gonna start up at this end and make our way down. Come over here first. Press A to work. Now we are gonna cultivate what we just plowed, because we have to. We're gonna follow across the road here, back over to the other field, and we're gonna get this plowed up as well, or cultivated. Now it does fight you. You have to raise and lower, otherwise it will fight. I'm gonna lower it back down again. It's the only downfall I do see is the camera not going out far enough, but other than that, it's pretty good. So we'll just come over here and overlapping a little bit on our cultivation, but you can see the bars moving, which means doing it right. that does not like turning at all, so we gotta straighten that one out. You gotta be pretty well straight on when you hit it, otherwise it will not go angular. But we're already burning through the night here. By the time we start doing the rest of this, it'll probably be morning. Which is actually probably a good thing, because I know we need to irrigate. We need to sow, we need to fertilize. And I think with the other two fields that we have going on, we're going to have to spray those with pesticides. Kind of where we want to be, back up, get our line positioned right. Turn here and disc this up. Just a little bit there. I think we missed in other places too, but let's see if we can't. Get that section fixed. Get it back up over here. Once we back up, we can straighten out. And just once again continue to follow the lines here. Beacons are getting a little annoying. We work our way over this way. There might be a teeny tiny spot we missed on all this here. You can see the sun is starting to come up. Good straight line running on this, and we'll just run a straight line into the field across from us. So this should, I think, we're looking at right about a half a tank of fuel now. This thing holds 160 gallons. Spun around here and line up for our next pass. Go. Should make for one more on the way back. And this should just about get everything on this field. Well, actually no, probably have another little small one in the center. Plow up. Back up again, get lined up. We're gonna have a little strip left here. And we'll see, yep, get about 4 more rows over here. Well, in the backup, it's a small field. Just get this thing lined up to the rut. And it seems to be just like Farmer's Dynasty. You cannot go in reverse with even just the cultivator down. Let's see, do we hit the 100 mark? No, we'll hit 99 and 99. Well, we can't hit 100 if we didn't get 100 with the the plowing. So we missed 1% somewhere along the line there. So we're gonna aim for 100% on this field. Drop again. This field all sorted out. See the sun starting to shine on top of our tractor. Kind of weird seeing a JCB tractor with, and it's an actual farm tractor versus having like a big back hoe on it or something. Our passes are getting shorter as we are getting more towards the end of cultivation here. Lower that down, we're gonna make our runs, and then we'll have to go back and get the water tank. It is night, and I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself? Pretty much all but turning his headlights off now. Hope I didn't miss that little piece back there. Oh, I missed that, so I'm gonna turn around anyways. It's just not wide enough to cut it. Look it back around, we see what we missed. Two little sections. Right here. And right here. We are playing on PC. I was wanting to get it for console, but right now the only place that is carrying it is GameStop, and closest one of those is about almost an hour away. So not really worth the drive. Especially when it's $10 more for console than it was. Well, actually, no. It's the base version of the game is $10 more than what they own for the base version. I got the publisher's version for still less than what I paid for console. Okay, so that apparently doesn't have anything to hold it up. Where's our little tractor? We need to get in that thing. I'm gonna attach our water trailer, which don't don't know if we can make it the whole way, so just to be safe, I'm gonna head on down to the water, which, here's another difference between this game and Farming Sim. Farming Sim, you have to pay for the water, this you don't. There's our solar array right there, part of our green energy. If I had cows, we'd have some brown energy. They'd be working the biogas. We're gonna come down here to our water pump and fill this sucker up. We're back up to 3,170 gallons of water. We're going to take this out and we're going to go hit the fields with it. We have pesticide in that sprayer there. We don't need pesticides right now. Not quite yet. But we are going to have to line up for water. Ah, there's where we missed our little 1% right there. Line up. Just gonna start spraying water. Now, we don't have to get 100% irrigation on it, but it'd be nice to get close. Turn around. See that we got a long way to go again. A little hard to see where we haven't hit and where we have, so I'm looking down at the map there. Hopefully we can smack the areas we didn't get on the way down. I can see we're not going to, but it is very hard to see where the hell it's spraying at and how far the reach is on this thing. It's kind of odd to just dump water out of the back without some kind of unified spray pattern. And then again, like they said, it doesn't have to be 100%, but the closer you can get it to good watering and the fertilization is where it's really going to, I think, be more effective. The fertilizer is a hell of a lot easier to use than this is. This is kind of like bar signs. Whereas fertilizer, a lot easier. You just literally watch it spread and it's wide. The hell with that, just move the water on. You can see the wind's blowing a little bit today. Worst case, we just gotta drive down and get a little bit more water out of the holding tank. That's probably smarter to do these fields this way instead of driving across the road, flooding it with water. see how far that's shooting out, but it, like I said, it is a little funky when it comes to the watering part. But we're gonna more than make up for it in the fertilization area and sowing. And we're at 60, as long as we can get up in about the 80 range for irrigation, we're good. Obviously 100 would be perfect, but we want to get at least up into the 80% range of irrigation. So now we're in the 70s. One more pass back should get us about 85 open. That would be a good number to hit. I'm going to try and go for that here. Not going to hit 89. Oh, we hit 88, 1% off. I'll take that. You can see the little tiny spots that have not gotten irrigated, which, once again, is not really bothering me. In order to keep this field here, we want to get at least up to 80% on the water on this one as well. So we've got to get as much water onto the field without losing too much and having to drive back and do the water fillet process again, which isn't really that much of a pain in the ass. It's just I don't really want to have to do more driving. And we're burning a lot of fuel. Now this step, the fertilization, actually the fertilization is going to go a little faster. This one's going to be a little bit slower. The seeding will be fast. The harvesting is going to be slow because we have a small ass harvester. The only thing I wasn't able to upgrade because it was ridiculously expensive, as per usual. We're only at 39% irrigation, which is not looking good to me. Gotta get this thing close to, I'll be in the mid-80s for irrigation. 100 would be ideal, but it just takes too much time to do it. Water the grass as we turn around. Come on, baby, water it. Any more than 60s, we're nearing the end of the field here. And I'm running out of water in my tank. I missed a huge section for some reason. Man, you get offline with this thing, it really throws your percentages off. Only at 70%. I'll settle for 80 on this one. Straight 80. If I can get down to it. Might get a little bit past that. Might get lucky here. Oh no, we are going to because I'm at 78 already. We might hit 90s in this one. And when we get the JCB. We're just gonna have to switch out the seed. I'm thinking probably barley instead of wheat. And maybe later on if we buy 2 more fields, I'll plant 2 in wheat. I'm gonna make one more run up here. And that should liquefy. We got in the 90s on irrigation. And we're gonna go ahead and go over to the water trigger again, fill this back up. I know. Yeah, funny. I said crop destruction's on, but I'm driving through my crops. That one needs to have pesticide sprayed on it. Come down here and just water tank refilled. Back up to 3170. Oh, there's some more of those weird minor rocks that we gotta find. There's 100 of them, just like there's 100 pieces of gold in Farming Sim. We got that part done. Drop our water tank off. That one at least has a stand. There's our fertilizer right here. Back up to this. Refill our fertilizer. Head back out. Now we gotta fertilize, and then we're gonna sow. And then after that takes place, we're gonna see if we can spray. Throw the fertilizer out on the field here. Looks like salt. It's everything that a plow truck should be. Perfect timing, it throws it right back out on there where I need it. Do it again. Turn on. Thank you. We should be able to make one more run down, and that should get our field fertilized. And then we'll move up to the next one, do the same thing. Alright, we got that going. Alright, so that ended up being around 98% fertilized. Not optimal, but we'll live with it. Head over to the big field. Start fertilizing this one with our rock salt fertilizer. Now it should show you like every stage on this little grid map here. It should show, oh hey, you've done that, great. So we know how far you've gone. So we just have to rely on watching the bar go up instead. So we might not hit 100% on fertilization, or yeah, fertilization. That's what we're doing this time. Now, unlike Farming Sim, this one does not really shoot through the fertilizer. This looks so weird. I'm just like mesmerized watching that's the fertilizer spray down and hit the ground. That's crazy. But at least it shows a better spray pattern coming off of those discs. We are definitely throwing down a lot of fertilizer. The reason why I'm fertilizing first is that way, in case they do have it in the game to where you could burn the crops with fertilizer. That's the reason why I'm irrigating and spreading out the fertilizer first, so I don't burn any of the crop. Now we didn't get optimal fertilization on that, but it's not going to hurt things. Now we can run down and get a big JCB, hook it up to the sowing machine, go pay to switch out the seeds in it, and we're going to do it in probably barley. I imagine barley brings in more than wheat does. As we always do though. Fill it up with fertilizer. And then lower this machine down, drop it off. I hope this geotrack here is going to be big enough to pull this trailer when it's full. Alright, let's get in the JCB. It's not hooked up to anything right now. I'll hook it up to the Great Plains seeder. We hook up the seeder here. There's another thing that we cannot see all the way either. So what is the first seed over here? Because I mean, we've got a shit ton. Actually, you know what? We still have all that rye seed. We're just gonna keep going with rye. There's no point in spending the money and changing that seed out. That's just a waste of money. We're gonna unfold the sower here, which is just a. It's gonna take care of this small field really quick. again, with the restricted view, you can't really see, other than those green arrows, how far you're seeding. No. Work. There you go. Apparently you gotta wait for it to do its thing, so we're gonna have to come back around to the edges. There's a little box in the field. Now see, we're hitting those rows just right. We may have a larger box seeder, but this is definitely a pain in the ass having to lower and raise and lower and raise and lower and raise. Funky control. See if we can get all this in one shot. Don't see why the hell not. Keep this thing going so I can get these ends here that I missed. Apparently a little section over here got missed or something. %, seed, and we can see that the water percent has gone down by 1. This time we're going to take this field side to side. So now we're going sideways. It's in the lake! Big lake! Big lake. Fuck it, I sunk it in the ocean, not the lake. When Dong does something, he does it right. Did you ever get your friggin' brake pedal to work? God damn it. HPPs for the win! gotta be something just really small and stupid. Getting done a lot faster. Drop all the way down, there we go. Damn it, let's see there. It's hard to see when you can't back it up far enough. Barely goes through any seed. Screw it, I'm not dropping it. Not dropping it. Ah, fuck, I already lifted it. No, it's in the word. On turn. Alright, those fields are done. It's 4 fields done in rye. Pretty sure what the hell we're doing next. Great Plains Cedar is on its own. Detach. Honestly, I think this big ass tractor is better suited for a trailer than that little Lidner. Help, I'm stuck in between rides. We'll drop that one, use Speedy over here, go pick up the sprayer. Got left sitting somewhere. What is it? over there. Go up and around. Ow. Up and around the fence. What the hell is this project here? Pigsties. Yeah, we could do all that, but we're not going to. I'm gonna upgrade our solar array. Unless we don't have the money to. I think it's 50 grand to start, and then it was like a shitload to... See how much it is to upgrade. Oh shit. Appears we can upgrade it. And upgrade the wind turbines. Easy, Tiger. No shit, the wrong angle. The damn thing's sitting sideways. There you go. I should have bought that one little damn field. Anyway, there's about an hour's worth of our first episodes. We're going to save that, overwrite it. Well, yes, I would like to overwrite and continue. We have 4 days in. This is 8 days in on the other one, on campaign, but that will do for now. I've got the urge to go shift some gears and run over cars or other people in Truckers MP.